Hello everyone, Bolthouse here once again, and as promised, my Anzac Motorized deck. So I'm going to jump straight into it. We have some new units as well we're going to talk about. Anyway, logistics section, a fob. This is just my basic loadout anyway, so I don't really need to go through all of the details. A fob, ASLAF PC, really fast unit on and off-road, so you can GTFO if you see some shells coming in. Infantry and a Unimog, a Chinook, and a Mankati to supply all my units. Infantry. This deck is based on a quick task force if I want to do like a flank or an amphibious landing, or if I'm going into a big town. This is really meant for urban warfare or a amphibious flank. Otherwise, it's not really that balanced, but I would take this deck to any battle because it's just so cool. So yeah, we have some SASRs and Chinook, SASRs and LAVs. Reason why I went for the SASRs and Chinooks is because I won't really do an air assault with this deck, but if I need some quick reinforcements, I will use these guys in Chinooks. SASR have a AUG Para, M60E3, and a Cargostaff M3, so really nice loadout. It can really deal a lot of damage in the CQC with that assault rifle and the M60, which is a 7.62 Saw, by the way, so it deals a lot of damage to infantry. And the Cargostaff M3 to take care of any armor with 20 AP, so that's kind of nice, and a really long range as well. But yeah, so those guys in Chinooks and LAVs. LAVs are really awesome because they go 150 on-road and 100 off-road, and they go 50 amphibious, so that is a really awesome unit. Like, let's say the entire left flank of the map has no roads and has a river leading through it. Alright, so people won't really defend that as heavily as a crossing that has a bridge or something like that. So these guys will really surprise the enemy. You will be over the field, over the open field, or through the river, and on the other side in like no time because of these speeds. So really nice unit to do those kind of assault with. But yeah, so to back up these SAS, I have some shock infantry, the Commando 90, pretty much the same stats but with slightly different loadouts, like the Cargostaff M2 instead of the M3, so slight less AP and range. But they have the Mini-Me, which is slightly better than the M60 up close in CQC because of the rate of fire. And but they have the FBB or F88, I don't know, All-Stayer versus the AUG Para, which is well, the AUG Para is better according to these stats, so that kind of like balances each other out. Like, this gun is better than the Commandos, All-Stayer, and the Mini-Me of the Commandos is better than the M60 of the SAS. So really nice combination if you use these both guys in the same town. So I have these guys in LAVs as well, really nice vehicles, and I have them in Stallies since I'm out of LAVs. You only get 2 cards of LAVs, so I gave one to the SAS and one to the Commandos. But if I want some reinforcements, I have the Stallies, which are also amphibious and also go really fast on and off-road. The only downside is that it doesn't have any armor, so make sure you push with the LAVs because you can sustain some LMG fire and later reinforce with the Stallies, so you don't want to put these guys up in the front. And I have 2 cards of Commandos in Stallies and 1 in LAV, so that's a lot of Commandos right there. I could put them on Elite, but Veteran is more than enough in my opinion, and with this deck I usually go for a place that needs a lot of infantry, so I might need all of that. It could be a battle that lasts for like 40 minutes, so I might need all of the, 10, 20, 30, 48 infantry units, I guess, yep, 48 infantry units. That's a lot of infantry, by the way. But yeah, as for fighting in forests or clearing out any Spetsnaz or whatever, like those sticky infantry that doesn't want to get out of town, I have the Assault Pioneers with the Flamethrower. Really nice unit to have. I almost never use them, but really important to use, I guess, in towns. I usually go for APCs to kill off like Spetsnaz or whatever, or just mortars. But yeah. Then I have some RBS 70s. These are for mostly helicopters. They won't do a lot of damage to airplanes, or probably won't even hit airplanes. But pretty decent manpads. 45% accuracy and 4 HE, so 3 shots for a plane, 2 shots for a heli. But yeah, really good manpad. I have 10 of them on hardened, so that gives a slightly extra accuracy boost. So it would put it at, let's see, 16% accuracy, so that would put it at about 51% total. But yeah. Anyway, that's it for the infantry then. I hope I gave you guys some ideas on how to use these. Then in the support section, what really plays a huge role in that amphibious push that I would do with this deck are these mortar units. They're really amazing. M125A1s, high rate of fire. It's not about the high explosive power on enemy units, but it's about the amount of smoke that these guys can put on the battlefield before I push in. And these guys do just that. These are amazing. That you can get 5 of them on hardened or 8 on trained. I went for hardened because of a tighter spread, and I usually call out all of them if I'm gonna do a put up a smoke screen, so I know exactly where the smoke's gonna fall. But you can also go for 8 trained. Doesn't really matter that much. But I really don't need 8 of them, so might as well go for 5. But yeah, really nice units to put up a smoke screen with, and after that you can do a push with those LEVs, and yeah, just a really good unit. You have some longer range artillery, but these guys are not really worth it in my opinion. If these were the paladins, I would definitely take them. Those are just amazing, or at least like the 109 millimeters with a slightly longer barrel. That would be a lot better. But yeah, I went for the mortars, and then I have 10 of these tracked rapier FSA. These are guided radar, and I have the non-radar variants for helicopters. So these are pretty good against helis. 2800 meters range. That's the max. Well, max ATGM range for most helis, except for the Akula. But really nice missiles on that. It's guided, 50% accuracy, and these guys are also amphibious, and has 1 armor all around and 5 HE. So pretty much one shot any heli except for something like Mi-28s or Akulas or whatever. So yeah, 10 of the non-radar variant for helis, and 10 of the radar variants for airplanes. And these guys have 60% accuracy and way more range on airplanes, as you can see. And it's also amphibious. So this, yeah, as you can tell, this deck is really focused on doing an amphibious assault. Tanks. You don't really have a lot of good tanks. These Leopard AS1 pluses are amazing though, in my opinion. They have a 65% accuracy, 50 stabilizer, 16 AP cannon with 10 rate of fire. Really amazing cannon. Only 8 front armor, so make sure you lose a lot of these, or use a lot of these, and use them in ambush positions, or, you know, charge a tank that is stunned or whatever after you mortar it to crap. But yeah, really nice tanks in my opinion. I have 32 of them, so that should be enough to kill a few T-55s. And as for, you know, supporting infantry in towns, I have some of these M41A1s. I'm also really good against infantry in forests with that 2 HE. It's only 10 points, so yeah, pretty good unit to have. Might as well. But yeah, we're gonna get to the big boy in a second. In the recon section, basically a normal loadout that I would usually go for, infantry, vehicle, and heli. I have the Bell 206 recon unit. This has a minigun. I have the it has a very good optic, so that's why I went for it. And for 5 points you get a minigun, so why not? You can go for the AS350, but I just went for this one because it has a minigun. It's slightly slower. It goes 220 instead of 290, so I guess that's a significant amount slower, but yeah, who really cares, right? The AS does have more strength though. It can take 1 shot, direct shot from an Igla, because it has 6 strength, and this one only has 4, so it will go down with 1 shot. I might actually just go for the yeah, I'm actually gonna go for this now that I think of it. I mean, I never used a minigun anyway. So I have the AS350 recon. See, even I'm learning right here. That's for that's an airplane recon. Then as for ground-based vehicle recon, I have the LRPV Ferenti. And this is a cool UAZ recon with a grenade launcher on top, the Mark 19. And you know what would be actually really cool to see in this game, but it won't really ever happen, is to see that these guys, if the vehicle gets really damaged, that you could get these guys out of the car and they would have like a, I don't know, an assault rifle. So you would have a 3-man squad with an assault rifle to do stuff with. That would be awesome. But that is too much detail. That's more like Men of War, I guess. And anyway, let's go. And I also have the SLAV 25, the LAV 25 recon with a Bushmaster cannon on top. Also very amphibious. Also amphibious and very fast on and off-road. So really nice unit. And as for recon infantry, I have the New Zealand SAS. They come in Chinooks and Stalies. And you could also use these guys in towns because they have the 9mm SMG. Really high rate of fire. So perfect against infantry up close, and they have the M60 Shorty, which is a CQC version of it, which is slightly better up close, I guess. I have no idea, but might have a higher suppression than the other one. But yeah, really nice units to have, and you can also use these guys as frontline infantry because of that 20 rounds per minute RPG. It will probably not hit most of the time because of 30% accuracy, but if it hits, like if the enemy uses a lot of cheap transports, these guys are the way to go. Alright, now the big boys. In the vehicle section, a lot of LAVs to support my tanks and infantry with. To support my infantry with, I have the ASLAV 25, the LAV 25, with the 25mm Bushmaster. I have the LAV 25 TOW, which is basically the LAV 25 but with TOWs and M240 on top. So really good unit as well. It has 4 TOW 2s with 25 AP, and it is also amphibious and everything. It is a prototype though, so you can only get it in Anzac. And I have the new boy, which is the Vickers Mark 11. It's actually smaller than the ASLAV. If I look at it, it's like pretty much the same actually. This thing looks, and it just looks boss. Look at it. It's so epic. I have not tried it out yet, but it has a 105mm cannon with 60% accuracy, 55% stabilizer, and 17 AP. It is amphibious, so I am definitely going to use this bad boy in a battle. I've not tried it out yet, but I'm definitely going to go for it. But these guys are epic. I have just no words for the epicness of this battle, or of this unit. That just looks so sick. Anyway, that is the Vickers Mark 11, or Mark, yeah, it's a Mark 11. I have 21 of these guys on hardened, so that would put the accuracy at what is it, like 68%. So I'm definitely gonna try that guy out. That is just, for only 40 points you get something that can destroy a T80 from the side or in the rear. That's just amazing. And it's really fast on and off-road, so if you have a tank that has a range of 2200 or 2000 meters, you can just move up to him, shoot, and then reverse really quick. But yeah, that is, I have not tried it out yet, so I'm definitely gonna do that once. Alright, well, in the helicopter section, 20 of these bush rangers with a twin minigun and the high explosive anti-tank rockets with 2 AP. Really good units actually, or really accurate rockets. And yeah, 20 of those guys on, what is it, hardened. And the plane section. The only thing I'm missing in this deck is seed probably. So you can, if you're like really OCD, you can go for Commonwealth and just only use Anzac units and just put the British seed plane in there. But the only downside to that is you don't get the Vickers Mark 11, so that's why I usually go for Anzac Motorized instead of Commonwealth Motorized, which is also a good deck. But yeah, in this selection to take down tanks with, I have the Skyhawk. And some guys told me, well, go for the Kahu. I mean, it's way better, way more ECM, and better Mavericks. Yeah, true, but it is also 125 point unit, and the Skyhawk is only 85, so that is a 40 point difference. And this is not a deck that I would use in a 1v1 because it doesn't have seed. But if you have a good coordinating team, you would probably ask them to use seed and then move this Skyhawk in to kill anything. And if you even kill like a high-end T-72, you will have probably killed like a 100 point unit and probably got the price, or he would have earned himself back in like no time. Let's keep it at that. They are fire and forget Mavericks, 26 AP, so they will probably hit and kill the tank. And yeah, I mean, you can get 3 on veteran, which would put the accuracy at let's see, 24%, 50%, or 49.5 to be exact. I don't know if that's exactly the accuracy, but so yeah, 50% accuracy versus 3 rookie Kahus. So you can get 3 veteran Skyhawks or 3 rookie Kahus. In other words, you can get 1 veteran or 3 veteran. So choice easily made. Go for these Skyhawks, you won't be disappointed. And if it does get shut down, it's 85 points, so you can earn that better fast or back faster than 125. Anyway, enough of the Skyhawk. For bombers, I have the Mirage 1110 or OA, whoever named that thing was probably just drunk. It has 6 Mark 82 bombs, 227 kilogram bombs, really good to kill infantry in towns or light APCs. Good air detection, very fast. Turn rate is 320, strength is 10. No ECM though, so again, make sure you use this with a team. And then I also have some Hornet bombers, some faster bombers with 4 Mark 83 bombs, with 500 kilogram bombs, 4 of them. And this guy does have ECM, so you can use this without seed if the enemy has some bad AA pieces. And yeah, and if you really want something dead, use the nuker, the F11. Let's see, F11111111C, and this thing is just epic. 10% ECM actually after the Eastern Bloc patch, I believe. But I think it might be after that patch. I have no idea. There was a patch which gave the A10 some ECM, the F111 some ECM. So it's more likely to survive. But 10% is not that much. But yeah, it will survive like I don't know, Strela or whatever. But yeah, really good unit. It just wrecks absolutely everything. I would say the F111, the attackums and all are on a different level because they just kill anything that they hit. So yeah, definitely a unit that you should put in your deck if you're going for Anzac or Commonwealth. It can just save your balls basically. If you have a town and you need it clear in Conquest, roll this bad boy over and you're done. And as for air superiority, I have 3 elite F4E Phantom 2s, and these guys are actually not that bad. They have 4 Sparrows and 4 Sidewinders, and you don't use all 3 of them at the same time, you will take down any plane. 6 high explosive power on that and 4 high explosive power on this. So if you hit a enemy plane with 2 missiles, it is dead. Like 1 Sparrow and 1 Sidewinder, or 3 Sidewinders, or just 2 Sidewinders and your Vulcan. So really good unit actually. Just use 2 or 3 of them on 1 enemy plane and you will probably kill it. 10% ECM, so not that bad at all. 900 kilometers per hour and 400 meters turn radius, so not that great in a dogfight. But with the Vulcan, if you're behind an enemy plane, you will probably take it down. Anyway, that was it for my Anzac Motorized deck. Naval tab, as I said earlier, I just change that out like almost every game, depends on what kind of map it is. But yeah, hope you enjoyed. Let me know what I should do next down below. I think I promised to do like my UK armor deck, wherever that might be. There it is. So I'm gonna definitely do that in the next one, including some French Motorized. I don't know if I actually have that deck at this moment, but I will make it to show it off. I think I tried it once then forgot about it. But yeah, I will do those 2 decks in the next time. And if you enjoyed it, do all the good stuff down below, like, subscribe, comment. If you have any good decks that you want to share, just put it down below and people will share it. If you're having troubles by exporting or importing the code, you basically copy it from down in the description. Let's see, actually, let's do it right now. There we go. You just basically paste it here, and it will have something like this. It will have that symbol. Remove that symbol, otherwise it doesn't work. Like now, it would say that it's an invalid deck. So if you remove that, it will work. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I have a lot of fun making these decks and showing them off to you. So I hope you had fun watching this video, and I hope it was actually useful to you. So do all the good stuff down below, and I'll see you guys back in the next one.